Yo, what is up, YouTube? This is Retro Funhouse. I am Yankee Smith, and I'm here today for the top, of my personal opinion, my top 10 favorite wrestlers from the 2000s. We're to rank them 10 through 1. 10 being they are still really good, but in my opinion, not the best. 1 being people that I love the most and people I think were the greatest. So this will be a tier list, or my opinion, base. So, if you have your own, then go for it. So starting off at number 10, I'm going to go off with none other than Shawn Michaels. It is an argued opinion, but I do think Shawn Michaels in the 2000s was really good. I just don't think he was on the same level as his first run, but we'll probably have to redo that one later in my life, but we'll figure that out. Number 9, I'm going to go with none other than Ric Flair. Ric Flair at the time was, in the 2000s, I didn't really like him as much just because I thought his role in Evolution and everything he was doing after WCW wasn't my favorite, but it worked. Coming in at number 8 would be Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin is an interesting career path with WWE at that time because I really did think he'd become champion, but, I was way off, but he could have been champion. Coming in at number 7, I'm going to go with none other than young Randy Orton. So this was 2000s Orton. This was before Evolution, before Legend Killer, and current Randy. So young Randy, yeah, he didn't really have a lot to show, but I think it was still at least something good that he offered. Number 6, I'm going to go with Big Boss Man. So in the early 2000s, he was still with them for a bit. Not too much, though. It was after the Rawlers War stuff, but I still think Big Boss Man had a lot in him still, but, it's interesting. There's a lot of options that you go with. But I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, number 6, is a kind of interesting and controversial pick, but Brock, when he was in the 2000s, was a really interesting person. Yes, because he did win the Undisputed Championship, and he was one of the few strongest people in the company at that time, which proved a lot. With Kane, I think he's one of the few big men that people kind of underestimate, kind of underrated, like the Big Show and them, but we'll get onto that with another video if we really wanted to about that. I get into long deeps of why Kane should be in everyone's top 10. Number 3, I'm going to go with none other than one of the greatest of all time. I'm going to go with Soul Man Rocky. I'm going to go with The Rock. One of the best in 2000s. Him and Stone Cold's rivalry was really amazing in the 2000s. If you ever watched a bunch of the pay-per-views from the 2000s, Stone Cold and The Rock arguably had one of the greatest rivalries. I loved all the WrestleMania events they had. It was amazing. Coming in at number 2, I'm going to go with Stone Cold. I think Stone Cold is really amazing performer. He was really great. I think what made him even more great in the 2000s was the fact that he was the soul and heart and arguably one of the greatest wrestlers in the 2000s. But not compared to number 1. My number 1, I'll forever say this, from the 2000s, it's going to always be Eddie Guerrero. One of the few underrated lucha leaders of all time, coming from WCW, proving his landmark with the Cruiserweight division, and then coming into WWE, he shaped the landscape for what luchadors should be. And I think Eddie Guerrero should be in everyone's top 5. He's one of the greatest performers that we've seen from WCW to WWE. It is sad that he passed away, but his WrestleMania 20 win will forever be one of my favorites, but also when he won the belt was really crazy. But yes, if y'all agree with that, I don't think everyone's going to agree with the number 10 with Shawn Michaels, but, everyone has their own opinions. If I did, I would change Shawn Michaels to maybe a 5. But, that is my opinion. Those are my top 10 for the favorite 2000 wrestlers. But that is all for me. But yes, I'm Yankee, and this is Retro Funhouse. Enjoy the Funhouse. See y'all next time.